Hey folks, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and today is a very interesting topic, how to play the horizontal way on the guitar. Somebody will ask for this tutorial, and I thought it would be very useful for everybody to know. What does that mean? That mean that you can play this way and not this way. And this to my system, which I have with understanding scales, totally frees you from any patterns, and you can play either vertical or horizontal. And so before we get started, you need to understand what a scale is. In this case, the A minor pentatonic scale. A scale is a summary of intervals. What is an interval? In music, first there was one note, in this case the A, that was the root note. Then we sing an interval. At the very beginning of music there were only voices singing da, da. So this is an interval, and this is a flat 3 interval. And the scale is always a summary of intervals. And that's why I display any kind of scale or pattern in intervals, meaning if I play the A minor pentatonic, I always see intervals. So it always starts with the root note, which is marked as 1. The 1 is the root note. Then there comes in the minor pentatonic comes the flat 3. Always. It's not only in one position, it's always flat 3. And flat 3 is a way 3 frets, or the interval can be, or whatever. Well, that's basically the two possibilities. Then comes the 4, then comes the 5, then comes the flat 7, and then comes the 1 again. So, a minor pentatonic scale is the sum of the intervals 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, and then again 1. And now, if you want to learn the scale, we're going to go on and close you afterwards. Then first you need to know these intervals by heart. There's no shortcut. You need to know them by heart and need to understand what they are. So, an interval of 1 fret, like moving from 1 fret to the next, is a half step. Moving from 1 fret to the next fret after that, so 2 frets, is a full step. Moving 3 is a flat 3, so that would be a flat 3. So, and it's always like this, anywhere, on any string, whatever. And these are intervals. And then you need to just learn them by heart and integrate them and see them in combination with the normal patterns. And this is what I'm checking out now. Good, so let's get started. We play the A minor pentatonic the horizontal way, meaning this way. And so we're starting on the lowest string. And this interval here is the 5th, so it starts with the 5. 5 is 3 frets away from the flat 7, and the flat 7 is 2 frets away from the 1. The flat 3 is 3 frets away from the 7 with the 1. Then the 4 is 2 frets away from the flat 3, and the 5 is away 2 frets from the 4. That's always like this. So if you want to learn this, put it in relation with a pattern which you know. So the pattern, wherever you are, always see the relation to the pattern where you actually are. This way you can move up, just continue in the pattern which just is in that position. But this is not part of today's lesson. It's just we understand the horizontal way. Let's go to the next. Now we're on the A string, so it starts with the 1, flat 3, flat 4, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1 again, and then it continues again. So now we're on the A string, so we can start here in this position, or we here on the 5. We can enter into position 1. So we use it as a ladder to any position we want to go. Yeah, that was on the A string. D string, we start with the 4, then comes the 5, comes the flat 7, comes the 1, comes the flat 3, comes the 4, and then it starts all over again. The G string starts on the flat 7, then we have the 1, we have the flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, and then it starts all over again. B string starts here on the flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, 1, and then here again flat 3. Highest string, same as lowest, starts on the 5, flat 7, 1, flat 3, 4, 5. Now this was a more theoretical way of understanding scales the horizontal way. How can we do this into practical use? I mean, one cool thing is just you can play anything just on one scale. Let's take here, I often play on the G string. Something like this would be a little lick. That really sounds much nicer than if you play the same lick here. So it will be 1, 4, flat 3, 5, 4, flat 7. Could be also. If you play it in position, it doesn't sound as nice as you played on one string. Let's see how it sounds in a track. I use the sliding technique just to move up on one string, and then at the end I just went into a position where I was just there and ended into the vertical playing again. And this is a very cool method to enter into this kind of playing. The more you do that, the more complexity you can put into it, but for beginners now, it's just try to play something like that on one string. Let's probably do another exercise. Let's take the A string here. This is nice. So 1, 5, 3, flat 7, and then we bending up onto the 1. So let's see how that sounds. Yeah, these were just a few, like 2 or 3 examples how you can play vertical just by using the pentatonics on one string. Yeah, some final notes. As I said, this is just the beginning of playing vertical, and to leave any kind of pattern-based playing method, which I don't like at all. I'm originally a pianist, and as a pianist you always play horizontal and not vertical, and so probably then the thing was more easy for me. But this is a first step to get out of the pattern playing and try to think in intervals. If you know the basic intervals as this played 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7 very well, then you can enter into modes, whatever, and this is the main grid which you build up, and how you can work around the modes, the scales, and really start to play freely. And the cool thing, it's not only on the theoretical way, it's also your sound bearer, as showed there with the little examples. Yeah, it's really cool, and this gives you more freedom in the playing. Yeah, but there's no shortcut. You just need to know the intervals by heart. No, there's nothing more to say. Learn them by heart, understand what they are, and then this journey into this kind of playing method starts for you. Yeah, if you want to download the tabs and the graphics, and the backing track, it's in the HPCrazy Students Club. The downloads are not for free, but you might enter this HPCrazy Students Club anyway, because that's the main portal which are going to feed with social media stuff, or with background information. You can meet other students there. Join there, it's cool. And if you want to have the downloads, the price is very reasonable for the upgrade, and pays my work, which I'm doing. Yeah, then one more to say, Dr. Pink. Yeah, Dr. Pink are greedy with playing on one string. Yeah. Yeah. Well, see you next time.